video, it's not a crime to be different!
I think it's been brilliant to have this partnership with Electric Umbrella. I think it's about getting a wider perspective and wider interest and engagement on this topic. It's fantastic to see the video that's been produced. It's a really fun video but with a serious message, and I think getting that to different audiences and particularly to younger people I think is really important.
Well, this collaboration between Electric Umbrella and Hertfordshire Constabulary is a fantastic thing to see. You can't have better representation of dealing with and addressing hate crime than having the local police and an organisation like Electric Umbrella, with all that it represents, come together and work together for a campaign like this.
Hertfordshire Constabulary, or the police in general, define hate crime mainly in relation to 5 protected characteristics. So we have race, religion, sexual orientation, disability and transgender identity. That's not to say that any of the other protected characteristics aren't important. They may still be crimes for any of the other protected characteristics, but in terms of hate crime and the legal definition, it will be for those 5 protected characteristics.
Being of a certain vintage, you can see that microaggressions and hate crime takes place throughout our lives, and it is really important to be able to deal with it and address it and say no to it.
We were very fortunate to be invited to pop into Electric Umbrella in their local workshop. I thought initially it would just be something very similar to our other visits to other organisations, where we will stand and we will talk about hate crime, our roles in the police. That very quickly changed with Electric Umbrella. Before I know it, 20 minutes into our discussion, we were writing a song.
So straight away we found a chord, and then the song just kind of sang itself after that.
I think that helped me really understand just how important it is that we created something that can be shared and understood by so many different people. Music is so much of a passion to a lot of people that we've created a song where hate crime, how to report hate crime and how it's not a crime to be different is literally in this amazing song.
It was fun to work with the police because we were doing like little sections and we were dancing to the song, and each person had their own bit, and it was fun that we get to do this for the police, with the police.
I literally was at home just singing the verse, tapping my feet, and it kind of lights a fire inside me with music, and that's what music does to me, and it's just a fantastic experience.
My line is the very first line in the song. It's hard to believe we still got a situation.
It's hard to believe we still got a situation. People going after people just for being who they are.
Filming for music is so good, yeah.
It was really good, and we had sorts of different props.
Someone who's just trying to follow their heart.
It's not a crime.
Not a crime.
To be different.
Different.
It was probably one of the most tiring days I've had at work, but it was hugely, hugely fun. Hate crimes can be anything from physical assaults to verbal abuse. They can be criminal damage, comments or words. Unfortunately, hate crime will fit the criteria of any crime if it's been targeted towards someone based on their protected characteristic.
What do you want young people to know about hate crime?
Because the word is not cool and not okay.
unfortunately many of our hate crime strands are underreported or underrepresented in terms of reporting crimes, and we really need everyone to understand what that is and how it will not be tolerated.
I think it's a fantastic opportunity for Hertfordshire as one of the most diverse counties to send a really strong message that hate crime is something that is taken seriously in Hertfordshire, that there isn't any place for hatred, discrimination and racially or religiously motivated abuse in our county, that we look after people with disabilities, with other protected characteristics.
In terms of a recent example, I mean, the most pertinent one I can think of is the incident at the Manchester synagogue, where tragically 2 people were killed, and that's just an appalling thing to have happen, but that is ultimately the conclusion if you don't deal with hate crime and address it.
It's important that people have confidence to report hate crime in the first place, and a lot of that confidence comes from understanding that it will be taken seriously, it will be listened to, and it will be dealt with.
There are so many ways that you can report crimes or incidents to the police. From 101, 999 in an emergency, online reporting if you don't want to speak to someone over the phone.
Come speak to one of your advisors, come and speak to a teacher, come and speak to a police officer or your parents.
Or one of our third-party reporting centres that are set up specifically to record hate crimes. That point of contact will not be the police, first off. It will be a local organisation, such as a group or community or a council. So you'll speak to someone else in the first instance, and then that will be reported to police afterwards.
One of my favourite moments in the song is what we call the middle eight. We were looking for something like really poignant to say around the change we could make, rather than pointing out all the things that were wrong. We've got a situation where things and people, but what we wanted to find was a way of talking about solution. And we together looked on the internet and found a wonderful quote by Nelson Mandela, which basically talks about that nobody is born with hatred in their heart, that if you can learn to hate, then you can be taught to love, and that's my favourite bit of the song.
If you can learn to hate, you can be taught to love. Let's rise up.
I think education's an important part of tackling hate crime, because, as the lyrics of our song say, no one's born with hate in their heart. So prejudice and discrimination come from fear of the unknown, fear of people that are different to you. And actually, what we want to try and do is help people throughout their lives to accept and celebrate difference, so that it's not something to be feared, but actually by learning more about people that are different to you, sparking those open conversations, that actually we can start to acknowledge, recognise, celebrate difference, meet people where they are, and build a happier, more equitable place for everybody to live in.
Very good. One more time. 1, 2. Who got Gavin? Who knows? It's not okay to say nothing.
Electric Umbrella is known for bringing people together and bring that inclusivity in the community. And we are grateful that Electric Umbrella has taken this initiative. In my religion, love your neighbours is a key part in our religion. Without love, the hate will create.
What I love about this campaign is that it's given an opportunity for the police to have a really authentic engagement with our learning disabled community, and I know that what they've learned through those interactions and relationship building with our members has just been so powerful, and they've learned so much.
I'm hugely grateful to Electric Umbrella because I feel like I'm being taught something new about learning disabled individuals every time I work with them or every time I meet them.
And we're better to challenge hate crime than at Electric Umbrella, to make sure that people realise that we are all equal and there's no such thing as normal.
No person should be a victim because of who they are.
It's really important if we want to build an inclusive and coherent society that gets on and supports and shares with one another, then campaigns like this are absolutely vital to be able to bring that about.
If I could give one bit of advice to schools, teachers and parents about hate crime awareness, it would be not to shy away from the conversations that need to happen. So use campaigns like ours to spark those open conversations. Find out more about people that are different to you and make that okay. Don't shy away from asking questions. Don't shy away from people asking questions of you. Be open in the way that you can communicate, in the hope that that will then lead to more acceptance, more tolerance, and a kinder world, which can only be a good thing.
My message to the world is be kind. Kindness always.
I think that if I had to say one thing to victims of hate crime is that you are valued, that you're an important part of our town, that we respect you and we love you, and that we want to create a society where there's no prejudice, that people don't suffer prejudice because of who they are or what they believe. And so it's important that for all of us as leaders and the whole community work together to create that kind of society where everyone feels included.
Music is a universal language. It breaks down barriers and can deliver a message in a way that legislation rarely can. Electric Umbrella uses this power to champion difference and build a positive, unifying energy.
We want absolutely everybody to get behind It's Not a Crime to Be Different. There's so many different ways to get involved in the campaign, whether that's just downloading or streaming the song, watching the music video. If you're a teacher, absolutely get our free resources, deliver the messaging in your classrooms, in your school communities, send it out in your school newsletters.
Without organisations such as Electric Umbrella, I fear that there will be very little representation for so many areas, so many strands of hate crime.
Hate has no place in our schools, in our society, or in Britain.
Hate has no place in Hertfordshire.
Hate has no place in life.
Hate has no place in a kind, hopeful world.
Hate has no place in any community.
Hate has no place in a society that wants to live and grow together.
Hate has got no place in anyone's life.
Hate has no place in Electric Umbrella.
Hate has no place in a world where being different should be celebrated and not feared.
It's okay to be different.
Hate crime.
Hate crime.
Hate crime.
What would you say is the ultimate goal for Electric Umbrella?
To not have to exist.
We're gonna take it no more.